And 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. We're having ourselves a good day. We are back at Radio Center, which is unusual. What's even more unusual is the guy that's usually here, John Dent, is out on location. We'll be talking to him in just a moment. So a little bit of a job swap going on today, but John's attending a pretty important event, and we'll touch base with him in just a second. Currently, we're looking at 72 degrees at the airport, 73 at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is at 73. Downtown Bay City is currently at 72. Lots of sun all over the place, a northeast breeze. So if you're out in that breeze, it might feel a little chillier than that. 71% is our humidity. Right now, 30.08 and rising is the barometric pressure. And the reason for that is we have a high pressure system over Wisconsin. So it's pulling some of that cooler air down over the lakes. And then, of course, all across the state of Michigan. Funny looking clouds out there. It looks a whole lot more like fall where there are clouds. And right now, John Dent is joining me from the Saginaw Valley Research and Extension Center. What's it look like out there, John?
Well, partly cloudy. They're mostly staying away. And you said it might be a little bit chillier with the breeze. I'm standing out in the sun, and that breeze is a welcome development here.
I would imagine so. Hey, before we get too far into the weather, let's tell the folks the reason why you're out at the Research Center.
Yeah, there's going to be some important people coming by out here at the Research Center. Congressman Kilby, Senator Stabenow, and Agricultural Secretary Tom Vilsack are going to be coming by and giving a short presentation on some beneficial things to agriculture that are coming down the pipe soon.
Yeah, by the sounds of it, it's not the Infrastructure Act; it's the Inflation Reduction thing that's going on right now. And
the Inflation Reduction Act.
Yeah, that's what they're touching on and we'll be talking about, because there are so many things in that Reduction Act that a lot of us have really no conception of what it all is. They've really loaded that thing up with all sorts of whatever. Is it good? Is it bad? And from what I understand, the folks that you're going to be talking to are going to try to shed some light on what is in that act that's good for agriculture. Is that your take on it?
That's what I think. I think that they're going to be focusing a little bit on some of the conservation things that are built into it. There's definitely a lot in that bill and a lot to talk about, but I think that it's important that they're getting out and they're kind of explaining piece by piece what all's going on with it.
And the nice thing about it is, as I understand it, farmers are going to be able to talk to the folks and ask questions.
That's right. They're planning a farmers roundtable a little bit later after the press conference and all the notes are given. They're also giving some presentations by some MSU students out here. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So it's all hands on deck. Nice weather for it. They're actually going to be able to take a look and see what the Research Center is all about too, which really helps, because a lot of times these folks really don't have a feel as to what's going on in ag.
Yeah. So, we'll have more information into the afternoon. We'll have some news information on that. And then tomorrow, I'm happy to report on what goes on here today.
Yep. And we'll be up tomorrow up in West Branch at the Ogama County Fair, opening day there. So you'll be back here to anchor everything as well. Oh, yeah. And incidentally, yeah, there you go. And incidentally, Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo is going to be on the show here a little bit later on. And he's going to talk about some of the things in the Inflation Reduction Act, not just agriculture, but some of the other things. So we've got a pretty busy program today, and a lot of the information is going to be regarding the act and what's going on. And obviously, there's way too much to try to shove into 3 or 4 minutes. It's going to be a work in progress here. John, thank you so much for being out there. We'll look for your reports, okay?
Sounds good. Talk to you later.
You bet. Jonathan Dent out at the Research Center. And again, we'll be talking to him later on this afternoon and also during the program tomorrow. And he'll have all sorts of information available to us and kind of try to get an idea of what he's gleaning out of all of this. So we look forward to that. We also look forward to the weather. We are looking at some really nice weather around here. It is extremely hot to the west of us. I'm looking at Boise, Idaho, with a projected high temperature today of 99. Goodland, Kansas, looking at 95. Amarillo, Texas, 95. Dallas, 103 today. Medford, Oregon, 94. Spokane, Washington, 93. Redding, California, 107. These are on the thermometer temperatures expected today. Pendleton, Oregon, 97. The Central Valley of California, 105. Albuquerque, New Mexico, looking at 92. And then you turn around and see what we had over the weekend. Saturday was a pretty chilly day based on records and that sort of stuff. We didn't break a record. The lowest maximum high temperature for the day on the 13th of August was 63 degrees, set back in 1964. The high temperature on record at MBS International Airport on the 13th last Saturday was 64 degrees. So we missed the record by 1 degree. 78 is our projected high temperature for the day today, a low of 58 with mostly clear skies. Sun will set this evening at 8:40, rise tomorrow morning at 6:42. Tomorrow, 80 degrees, sunshine. Some of those clouds around could give us a little bit of a sprinkle, but not anything to mess up any outdoor plans. 80 degrees for a high, 57 for a low. And all the way through this period, I'm looking at least through Wednesday. We're going to continue to see a north and a northeast breeze. Not going to be real strong, but 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's what it looks like, not only during the day, but also at night. Wednesday's high will be 82. Sunny skies. But again, there is going to be that cloud floating around that could just sprinkle on you a little bit. Moving into the tail end of the work week on Thursday, partly cloudy skies. We're going to start to rev up. 84, 85 degrees for a high, 58, 59 for a low on Thursday. Again, sunshine, clear skies at night. More of the same on Friday. Middle 80s, low 60s at night. Then on Saturday and Sunday, the chances of precipitation are going to increase. Temperature-wise, though, we're going to be hovering in that 80 to 86 degree area as we move into the weekend. But chances of showers both days, Saturday and Sunday, especially in the afternoon and the early evening. Long-range outlook to take us all the way through the 28th of the month, above average on the temperatures. I think pretty close to normal as far as the precipitation goes during that period of time. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We're going to touch base in a moment with Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West, see what the markets are doing. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Krizak's House Family Restaurant. 989-894-5531 if you've got a plan, an event coming up here in the not too distant future or anytime really. They'll have the food ready for you. You just tell them when you want it ready. You can stop by, pick it up, take it to wherever you're going. And as we've said before, you definitely will be a hero at your event because the food is excellent. Kryjak's House, great place to dine in as well. Corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Gary, a little chilly over the weekend, wouldn't you say?
Well, if you want to say so, Terry. Yeah, a little different air mass out there for sure. So,
did you get any rain?
I didn't. I don't think so. I was out of town, so I'm not sure.
Oh,
so.
Okay. No, I all around the area, and I mean, it really looked like it was going to rain, but it never did. Now, I guess Southeast Michigan, they got some rain. Over on the west side of the state where they have been getting rain, they got more over there. But no, around these parts, we're still pretty dry in a lot of areas.
Yeah, it seems like when we get an opportunity to catch up a little bit, it just goes away for one reason or another. For sure. So.
Yeah. As far as the markets are concerned, are they showing any weather-related issues this morning, or are we still trading on that report on Friday?
Yeah, we're trading on that report, but the weather is definitely a factor as well here this morning, Terry. I mean, we're seeing a weather forecast, and so we got a little Monday meltdown, mostly from the report. We had a bounce back on Friday where corn and beans ended up positive, even though we had a pretty bearish report on corn and beans Friday. So we were feeling somewhat good when we left Friday, but it sure changed here in the overnight, along with the weather forecast being a little bit wetter in some of the key growing areas. And I think the bearish numbers on the report on corn and beans finally kicked in here this morning, and kind of led by soybeans, Terry. So currently we have soybeans. Cash beans are down 50 right now. That puts the cash at $14.94, and new crop also down 50 at $13.39. Cash corn is down 18 at $6.12. New crop is down 19 at $5.68. Cash wheat down 9 at $7.67 on the white, $7.17 on the red. New crop for 2023 is down 7, Terry, at $8.16 on the white, $7.67 on the red.
Were there any surprises on that report, Gary?
There was, and there seems like there always is. Corn, was slightly negative. As production came in at 14.36 billion, only 38 million less than the average trade guess, and they scaled back the yield 1.6 bushel per acre to 175.4. It was 0.6 of a bushel less than the trade. Planted acreage slip. It didn't really seem all that bad, but at the end of the day, it was neutral to slightly bearish. The big surprise was basically in the beans, Terry. Production came in at 58 million above the trade expectations, and they added 0.4 of one bushel to yield, and everybody thought it was going to drop. So that was the big surprise there. In the global balance sheet, pretty much everything was pretty neutral, I think, for the most part. But we do have a potential 1.3 billion bushel increase in South America production next spring, which could loom large in the soybean arena. That's kind of why they're taking a big hit this morning. And wheat overall was generally neutral. Just a lot of unknowns in that Black Sea region. And they did raise exports for Russia and Ukraine moving forward, but time will tell if that all comes to fruition. So
one thing I noticed too, the winter wheat yield, according to this report, was estimated at about 84 bushels per acre, which was up 3 bushels from last year. Does that number seem to play right in your mind?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agreed with that number, Terry, just because talking to folks, they were pleasantly surprised on the yield. Even though we had some dry weather during grain fill, overall they were pretty happy with what they got, and it was generally better than expected. So
I guess the only factor involved in the whole thing was the harvested acres. Down a little bit from what I gathered on a few reports. Yep.
And, that's always seems to me it's a moving target too, but, it's, you weigh it all out and, especially in the wheat arena, it basically was generally neutral. So,
yep. Yeah. Gary, you have a great day.
All right, I will. You do the same.
Get
Terry.
out and enjoy that sun, okay?
So will do.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Talk to you later. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Over to Oppenheimer we go with Doug Klein. The market report brought to you by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline. If you're ready to upgrade to a new Ram truck for your family farm, now is the time to order. Schaefer and Beerline specializes in all models of new Ram commercial trucks and vans, and they are the Great Lakes Bay Area certified ag dealer. Ordering is the way to go, so buy with confidence from Schaefer and Beerline since 1852, where family and service sells cars. And by the folks at Thumb Bank, serving the needs of farmers for well over 125 years. Locations, 2 of them in Bay City, also Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, Bad Axe, and now in Marlette. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Doug Klein, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey, not too bad. What's going on?
All red.
Okay.
All red.
Enough said.
Yeah, the dollar's a little bit higher today, 106.23, so that's probably adding to the pain a little bit, but crude oil's down pretty hard, almost $4, $3.71 down. So that's trading at 88.38. That I don't know. I'm sure it's just billionaires, squaring up their positions, or in this case, pounding down their positions, and they're probably making money on the trade, but who knows what the end result is. I wanted to tell you something though. I've been getting about 19 miles to the gallon with my pickup truck with this regular gasoline that we got out there, the 15% or 10% ethanol. So I went and said, I'm going to do a test. I put rec, with no ethanol in it, just a little bit better gas, whatever. And I did a trip and I got 23 miles to the gallon, 4 miles to the gallon better with a little better gas. I couldn't believe it.
Really?
I couldn't believe it. Stunned me. So.
Wow. Well, that means I'm getting good mileage in my lawnmower.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
You can afford to mow lawn.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
Anyway, so that's a side note. But anyway, so here's your numbers. The September corn, 6.22 3/4, down 17 cents. December corn is 6.24, down 18 1/4. And September of 23 corn is $6.50 a penny, down 10 1/2. November soybeans, 14.05, down 49 1/4. The March soybeans, 14.13 1/4, down 45 3/4. And November of 23 soybeans, 13.39, down 26 1/2. The September wheat, 7.95 3/4, down 10 1/4. December wheat, 8.12 1/2, down 10. And July of 23 wheat is 8.36, down 6 3/4. Crude oil is 88.39, down $3.70. The heating oil is 346.77, down 5 cents. Gasoline 295.21, down 9 1/4 cents. That kind of puts us at 360. Natural gas is 8.72. That's down 9 1/2 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. The U.S. dollar buys you $1.2889 at the border. That's up 116 ticks. The dollar buys you 133.13 yen. That's down 35 ticks. The euro's at 101.86, down 72 ticks. The dollar's at 106.25, up 62 ticks. Gold and all the precious metals going down, even copper. Gold's at 1774.70, down 23.90 an ounce. Silver's 20.23, down 46.5 cents. Platinum's at 930.80, it's down 28.60. And then copper there is at 360.5, that's down 6.3 cents.
Well, I think I'll just hang on to my copper for another 24 hours here.
Nice 6 pennies.
Yeah. Doug, have a good one, okay?
You too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Jerry Samolsky from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center joining me right now. And Jerry, things are beginning to dry just a little bit, aren't they?
They sure are, Terry. And again, we talk about watering all the time, and it's the single hardest question to answer is how much we water. And it's just a matter of paying attention, particularly when you get sprinkler systems. You set them in the spring and you turn them off in the fall, and you're on cruise control all summer long. And we know in a car that's not good. You got to pay attention to what's going on, even though you're on cruise control. So sometimes you need to dial them up. Other times you need to turn them down. So yeah, water's always hard. Currently, I'm in Kansas City right now, and they're not looking so good with water here. A lot of brown, a lot of drought. They're down quite a bit of rain at this point. So
yeah, they're going to rev up. They're going to get a little hot too.
It was in mid 90s last couple of days. So yeah, we're hoping we're gonna get some relief on that. Overall, it's been very hot here during the summer months. So,
Jerry, you take care. Have a good one. All righty.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Eric Sawatsky joining me right now from Yo and Yo Accounting. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Terry. How are you?
Hey, we're doing real good. Tell us a little bit about that Inflation Fighting Act there, the Inflation Reduction Act.
Yeah, so the name of the bill is a little bit of a misnomer because even the Congressional Budget Office says it's not going to impact inflation. It'll be negligible. But really what the bill is focusing on two main spends. One is related to climate change and spurring on green energy investment. And the other is extending the Healthcare Reform Act, all the subsidies that are out there for health insurance. Those are really the two main big spends. Another one that is actually getting some press right now is they are also earmarking $87 billion towards the IRS to hopefully get them. One is supposed to be technology improvements, which on the CPA side of things we would appreciate because communicating with the IRS is a challenge at times, but also hiring some new agents and trying to increase some of their audit work. They claim it's going to be more of the wealthy taxpayers, but who knows? So those are really the three main big things that are in the spending bill. There are a number of provisions that do impact the ag world specifically, and I'll probably get more into those in a future call.
Oh, that sounds good. But yeah, I just got a funny feeling all hands on deck when it comes to promoting the energy change, the savings, the Green Deal, whatever you want to call it. That seems to be the big push.
It is. I mean, there's tax credits in there for electric vehicle purchases and everything all the way down to disincentivizing fossil fuel, land leases for fossil fuels and things like that. So they're definitely strongly pushing in the green energy market.
All right. Eric Sawatsky, thank you so much. You have a great day, okay?
You too, Terry.
All righty. Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444.
You never stop pushing to do more. And the new R2 Series excavators from Bobcat don't stop either. From outstanding performance to their incredible versatility, new R2 Series excavators are designed to push your productivity to the next level. They're loaded with enhanced features and added precision to work more efficiently, and comfort features to make tough jobs easier. Stop in to Bobcat of Ellen's Equipment in McBain to see the next revolution from Bobcat.
Lots more coming up. We'll take a break. Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins coming along. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update. But now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City,